Hello everyone. This is Galo from Outline Planner and welcome to my short mini webinar or mini workshop about a new digital notebook that I have recently launched in my shop. But before I go there, let me introduce myself. I come from an architectural background, and over the last, I think, 10 years, I have created products that brings people time back or puts a smile on people's faces or helps people get productive. Not all those products were successful, not because the idea, but because we couldn't make them work on a long term. However, this product I'm talking about today, which is a digital planner, it worked. I started building digital planners 3 years ago, and I launched them on my Etsy shop. I'm no longer focusing on the Etsy shop right now, but then again, in the last 3 years, I had like close to 5,000 clients, and they were, most of them, happy with what I create, because the products I create are really focused on productivity, but also on being simple to use, easy to use, fast to get your clarity and to get straight to the point. I don't want to go into explaining much about this because I think that some of you here don't know what a digital planner is. So here I am doing this workshop with, I have all my tools here. I have my iPad, and then I have my Apple Pencil, and this camera that's already filming, and I'm going to show you my screen with in that camera. Now, what is a digital planner? For those of you who don't know, a digital planner is like having a paper planner, but it's inside your tablet. You can slide and or flip the pages just like you do on a normal paper planner, but you can also write with your pen just like you're doing on a regular paper planner. There are actually a few advantages of having a digital planner rather than carrying your big bulky paper planner with you, and that is a digital planner on the iPad allows you to capture endless notes, so you can pretty much write like an infinite pages, and it allows you to search through your notes, which is really cool because you can find your notes whenever you need them. And then you can create endless notebooks and organize them by categories and stuff like that. Well, I'm not going to create a tutorial about digital planners, but this is just to give you an idea what a digital planner is. Now, in order to get started with the digital planning, of course, you need the iPad and the Apple Pencil, but there is also something else you will need. You will need an app that allows you to write notes and a PDF file with hyperlinks. I'm going to show you what app I use and I recommend, and then I'm going to show you the PDF file that we are going to talk about in this mini workshop, and that is the social media planner. So let's move to this image here. As I said, in order to get started with a digital planner, you will need an app that allows you to take notes on your iPad. There are 3 of them that I recommend, which are Noteshelf, Good Notes, and Notability. But really, what I found the best for me as being the most friendly and easy to use is Noteshelf. So I'm going to tap this and open Noteshelf. Noteshelf app allows you to organize your documents by category. So you see here, I already have quite a few categories I work with. And the most important one is 2021, my heaven on earth, which is pretty much the space where I put down the notebooks I use throughout the year. Now I have other categories here. I'm not going to show them just yet, but just so you know, this app allows you to organize your notebooks in categories, and then inside each category you can add digital notebooks. And let me show you how you will add a digital notebook. So basically you tap the plus sign, and then I will import a document that I have already on my iPad. So, and since we are talking about my new digital notebook, I'm going to import just that one. So I'm going to hit import document. So you see how it is. And then I'm going to go to on my iPad, downloads, that's where it is. And here it is. I have the social media planner. I actually have two options for the social media planner, but I'm going to only show you one. And I'm going to import it, and here it is. So this is how you import a PDF file inside the Notes app and magically transform it into a digital planner. And the good part about the digital planners is that they have, you can easily write on them, like on any pages, just like that. But the thing is, they have these navigation tabs here, and you can easily go to pages, just like that, and access your information so much quicker. So you can't do that with a paper planner, right? But you can do it with a digital planner. Now, that's what a digital planner is. And now, because I've just imported the social media planner, my planner, let's talk a bit about this. So why I have created a social media planner? First of all, I had some requests, for sure, from my existing clients. But then it was also because I needed a tool to make social media less scary for me. I gave up on social media like three years ago, just before I started creating digital planners. I had a hard time back then, and I decided no more social media for me, never ever again. I was one year social media free, but then I realized that in order to get to so many clients and in order to connect with all these beautiful people that can use my digital planners, I need to be on social media. So I created my social media accounts for business only. I still use them until today. However, there was one thing that I noticed as soon as I opened those accounts. Like, one, it's super overwhelming to create the accounts and manage the accounts long term. And it also, I lose my focus whenever I need to post on social media. And whenever I ask people what are their struggle when it comes to social media, really having the focus or keeping your focus and the overwhelm are the two main challenges. So yes, I did struggle with that, and I tried to set up some goals for these social media channels, like growing my audience to 5,000 people or 10,000 people, or these huge goals that I didn't reach in 2 years. And just recently, I realized that there's something more about social media. And hear me out. I don't have big followers on my social media accounts. And truth to be said, I don't want to have so many big followers because I want to have enough time. My time is limited, so I want to have enough space and energy to answer to messages and questions. So if the network is smaller, then I can have enough time to reach to all those people. But there is one other way, one other view that I overlooked when it comes to social media. When it comes to social media, the number of likes and the number of followers does not count so much. And hear me out. I was having a quiz on my website asking people how they found about the outline planner just before they downloaded the product. And I got quite a few answers telling me that they found me on my Etsy shop and they searched on Instagram or Facebook to check whether I am a real business or if I am a scam business. Which brings me to the next point. So those people did not follow my account, but they do check my account to validate the product, to make sure they're not getting scammed. So you see, I realized that all those years my focus was on the wrong goals for me, while the best goal right now is to show up that I'm a real business and to show the products I'm working on at the moment. So this is the main focus I set up myself for my social media. Having clarity and the right strategy to get started will bring you a bit more peace of mind, and you will not be so scared about being on social media, and you will not be so confused about what you are going to post or publish or talk about next. Now, getting clarity and then start posting about your stuff should be something simple. We overcomplicate things. We try to use so many calendars and so many tools to track everything at once, but we don't have a clear focus. So here it is, how I do it. You might want to have your iPad ready and write down these questions or notes. But then again, I'm going to also show you directly inside my social media. Let me delete this. So you see how I start. So basically I start with a master plan, and this master plan allows me to get clear on why am I posting on social media and what is my goal for the year, and then who is my ideal customer on social media and how I'm going to help him. And by how I'm going to help him, I'm actually thinking on at least 3 products that I could give, or I could give access to my customer so he can overcome his challenges. And then still on this master plan I create myself for the year, I just imagine what are the steps the customer on social media, actually the stranger on social media, is going to take in order to become a customer. Now, this is an empty page here, but I could show you my own master plan for the year. I just started it, but I can share with you in a second. Now, once you have your master plan clear, then all you have to do is create a list, really a simple list with the posts you are going to create. And I advise you to do not go overcomplicate things, and really, let me just go to January, just for example. Really take a piece of paper. Most important would be to be aligned template so that you can create one topic per line for each of the posts you want to create. And then once you have one post per line, you can also decide how are you going to deliver that post, in what format, whether it would be a video, whether it would be a reel for Instagram, or an image, or a theme for Pinterest. That's something you are going to decide. And then the last important thing is to set up your call to action for that post, because the call to action is it's really important to give your stranger on social media an idea on how you want to interact with them. So one post per line, one type of format for that post, and one single call to action. That's really the most easiest thing to do, but it's also very important to have it listed just like that. And most probably would be essential to have it listed for the entire month, so you can have a clear picture on how your month is going to look like. And then once you have one page per month, you can easily slide the pages just like that and see what your plans are. Now, if at some point you have a post and you need to capture more details for that post, you can easily create a page. In my case, I just click one icon and I'm going to be directed to the page where I capture more details about the post. Well, I capture some title ideas, some description, the type of post format, a few ideas of the call to actions before I choose the last one, the final one. And then the keywords I'm going to use, a few to-dos if it's more work to do in order to deliver the post. And then I'm going to capture the channels and the publish time for that post. I don't recommend to create a detailed creative details page for each of your posts because it will make the flow difficult. It will put some extra pressure on you, or it will put some extra work. And in the end, what you want to do is just deliver your posts. So keep your things clean and easy, and just focus on the list with posts you want to create for the entire month, and would be even better if you can create an outline for the following month as well. Now, that being said, let me show you what's in my social media planner, just to give you more insights. Let me open that. Okay, I think it's this one. Yeah, so this is my social media planner for social media notebook for 2021. The thing is, since I just created the notebook, I've just started using it, so I'm not 100% that the outline I have created here is going to stay exactly like this, but that's the beauty of creating lists with posts. The beauty is that you can see the overview of the month, and you can take some of the posts and move them around the month or to the next month if you think this is better for your business or for your work, for your project. Now let me start with the master plan, and this time I'm going to even go deeper in showing you what's inside the 2021, just the social media planner. So the social media planner starts with this master plan after you have this page here where you put down your social media accounts for sure. And then so start with the master plan. So my yearly goal for 2021 is to reach 100 people and help them getting clear and getting productive using simple products in the shape of digital planners. Now, my ideal social media customer, it's really that person who has a business or who plans to have a business, or who is a CEO of a business, or an executive, an employee involved in a project that is suffering from chronic overwhelm and doesn't have the clarity to know what's next. So I'm going to help him with a few of my products. You see how I have here 3 sections? That's because I have 3 products that I want this ideal customer to have in order to get 100% productive and focused on what to do next. So the first step for my ideal customer, so keep this as an exercise, and if you take your pen and iPad, write down yourself, write down after this workshop, ideally, what are your 3 products you want to offer your customer in order to help him get results. So in my case here, I want to offer a workshop about my 90-day priority digital planner, and really explain the method I'm using to get clear about my goals and get laser focused on my next moves. This might be something free or might be something paid. It's really up to you. In my case, I haven't yet decided how I'm going to if I'm going to charge or if I'm going to give this workshop for free. But then the second one, once the person, the stranger in my case, the social media stranger, is taking the workshop and he likes this system of mine, then I encourage him to unlock more of the productivity, to gain more focus by using some, not all, some of my digital planners, because they can access every single of my digital planners if they join my private vault, my secret vault. So that's my second product, is unlocking the vault with digital products. And then the third product is a course. It's something I haven't yet built, but the thing is, I really am dedicated into finding ways to help people with this, finding their genius, finding their productivity through simplicity. So I really am committed to create this course. This is something I know for sure will help a lot of people. So this is the third one. With these three in mind, I will know that the step for a social stranger to become a customer will be this one. So I have here 7 steps listed. Not sure if you see them, just like that. Maybe you see them right now. Okay, so I have 7 steps listed, and these are, I want the social stranger, I will call it social strangers, so you know it comes from social media. So the social stranger will see my post about my simple list method, and then they will join my workshop. This is the first product I'm offering. Remember, I just told you about. Then if they like it, they will download this priority planner that I'm going to talk about during the workshop. And as soon as they have this planner downloaded, they will get an email from me right here, 4th step. They will get an email from me telling them, hey, do you want to get more? Here I have created the vault, and you can find so many different and useful digital planners inside. And not just that, over the years I'm going to add even more digital products based on people's needs. So really, there are a lot of opportunities inside. Now, after he receives the email about the vault, he can then join or not. And if he joins, then he can share, he can be so excited about the vault that he can start sharing the experience to friends and colleagues. And that's really something I want to happen in this process. So by this time here, the social stranger is already a customer, and not just a customer, he becomes an ambassador as well. And then at some point in the future, when I have my course ready, I'm going to announce this new customer about it, and he can join or not in this course. So you see, I have this simple plan in mind. I know exactly the steps the social stranger has to do in order to become a customer. And now all I want to do is talk about my products, my method, and my what I'm working on right now on social media. Because I know I don't need followers on social media, but I need to go and be out there showing up whenever I think it's the right time, and help people with relevant information, show people that my business exists, help gain their trust. So once I have this master plan, I have a few more pages here. So you see, I have a stats tracker, and inside here I have also a money tracker. This is really important when you are using Facebook ads and you want to track the spends on those Facebook. You want to try to spend money on the Facebook ad, but also how much products you've sold coming from those Facebook ads. And then you have some yearly tracking things, and then you have a to-do if you need that. And you have a space for team and affiliate. This space is really important because you can capture some details about the people who are helping you with the promotion of your product or your project or your service. And that being said, you can now go straight to the month and put down your one line posts. And since it's July, I'm going to show you my July page. So this is it. What I since this is an undated planner, by the way, you can use it every single year. You put down your year here, and then you can add the dates right here on the right side, on the left. This is left, on the left side of the screen, and write down this column creative, which says creative content. I'm not sure if you see it here on this column where it says creative content. You will add one post, one creative content per line, and for each post you will add a type of format, and in my case it's video, and you will also add, look here, call to action, a call to action. You will know exactly, so I'm going to create this, I'm going to post about this in this shape, and I want the social media viewer to do this, to take this action when he or she sees my post. And then you can track you can track whether you've posted and at what hour you have posted your social media post, and then you can track your interactions. In my case, I track comments. I still have to add comments on the latest days. But one thing I want you to notice when using from my exercise here is that let me put here in red, I add a focus for my month before I start putting my post ideas in this list. So this way I can slide the pages and I will know what focus I have every single month. You see, I don't have it scheduled until at the end of the year, because I really am happy with adapting my plans and my ideas based on how things go and how things progress throughout the month. So you see I have here on top the focus, and right in August I was having a focus like launching a social media, another social media planner, which I decided that it's not the right time to do it, so I put a note that I should move this on the end of the year, which is really simple to do, because that's the beauty of a digital planner. If I take this just like that and I say cut, here you go, I go to December. Let's say I'm going to put it in December, I'm not sure, but let's say, and then I go to hit paste. Then I've just moved my entire list with posts from one page, from one month to another. So this is how I play with my posts. I get clear on the monthly focus. I make a list with the topics I want to talk about, and for each topic I decide what format I want to publish and what is the call to action for that post. And then I slide through the month, and I understand whether my flow from month to month is has a it's flowing, whether my journey is flowing, or and it fits with my work, or it has to be adjusted. And if it has to be adjusted, then I select parts of those posts and move them to a new location. So don't be afraid into adjusting your plan. One of the biggest mistakes I've seen people doing is that they put something on paper and then they're not happy with what they put on paper, and they decide that they will not do anything at all. No, just don't do that. The idea is to get started, but to keep things simple, just like this as a list. And then if you find that the overall view is not fitting you, then adjust it. Don't be afraid, and don't be afraid to also do mistakes. Mistakes will help you learn a lot of things about how you want to proceed next time you're going to do the same task. Now, to recap, do not overcomplicate things. Just have your master plan in mind so you know why you're posting on social media, so you know to whom you are talking when posting on social media, and so you know the offering you are making accessible to your social media customer and the steps he's going to take to get those offers. And then you start posting your ideas. Now, you remember that I told you about my vault with digital products? Well, in order to get this digital planner and the other one, which allows you to add few more posts per day, you can take those digital planners and more if you get inside the vault. And I shouldn't talk much about it. I will just show you exactly what's inside. So the vault is the space where I put my best digital planners, notebooks, and templates that I have created throughout the last 3 years, and the future digital notebooks and planners that I will be creating. Now, for example, you have access to the outline planner, which is the signature digital planner. This is amazing. The life work, it's a life work planner. You can pretty much have your life, your entire life inside. The 2021 planner was really appreciated, but I think the 2022 is so much better because it's much easier to use, it's much simpler, and it gives you a lot of space to customize your own pages, to create your own notebooks, and add the type of content you want inside, not the type of templates I suggest you to do. So it's impressive, the 2022 outline planner. Please check it out. And then you have access to the meeting books. I plan to add more meeting books. You have access to work notebooks collection. You can capture details for your people, for your clients. You can capture meeting books and different types of meeting books that you can see here. The social media planner will be actually two different planners, and I'm going to add them in the vault as soon as I finish this mini workshop. And then a lot of other planners coming soon. A live notebooks collection with various notebooks, daily journals, minimal notebooks, reading tracker. Again, reading tracker might be suffering some updates very soon. And so on and so forth. This is really an impressive collection of digital planners, but what the beauty of this vault is that I'm going to be open to ideas from you to create new custom notebooks and digital planners. And this vault here is going to be even more amazing throughout the months and throughout the years, of course. Okay, so I showed you inside the vault. I really think this is exciting, an exciting tool to have, an exciting space to be, and I'm honestly committed to create these simple tools in the shape of digital planners and digital notebooks to make your life easier. So I hope you are going to join the vault. I hope you're going to take this social media planner and use it not every single day, hopefully, because you will be very overwhelmed to post on social media every day. But I hope you're going to use it to stay consistent with your focus and your master plan when posting on social media. Now, thank you so much for being here. If you have questions, I'm always happy to answer. You can either email me at raluca@outlineplanner.com, or you can drop me a message in the chat box below. I'm always happy to answer your questions, whether it's about the social media planner or whether it's about digital planners in general, because digital planning, by the way, it's really a new thing. If you have any issues or struggles with digital planning, that's not you. It's because it's a new thing and not many people are aware of it. And there are some steps or some ideas you need to know in order to get started. And if I can help you with that, if I can direct you to the right things to do in order to get started, or the right tools to have in order to get started, just let me know, drop me a message. Happy to help. Thank you so much.